Enjoy a creamy Biscoff shake or a smooth sweet Biscoff sundae or cone. SpongeBob Biscoff and flame grilled favorites. Only at Burger King. Your way every day.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. Doctor's Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. Kirk Market, experience a world of choice. JN Money, from abroad to Yad. And Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees so fair. Today is Friday, the 13th day of February 2026, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. Yes, it is Friday the 13th, but just ignore it. Ignore it and just treat it as any other Friday. So we hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. We want to welcome you. Thanks for joining us here on For the Record. Those of you who are on our roads, we urge you to please be extremely cautious, whether you're a pedestrian, a cyclist, or if you're operating any type of motorized vehicle. Remember to observe the rules of the road, because the life you save may just be your own. For those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, or if you celebrated one over the past few days, we want to wish you a happy birthday or a happy belated birthday, whichever is applicable. And to remind you that the For the Record birthday shout-outs is proudly brought to you and supported by Coca-Cola and the Credit Union. Coca-Cola, available across the Cayman Islands, accept no substitutes. From generation to generation, Coca-Cola, still a Cayman classic. And, folks, the Credit Union looks forward to serving the Cayman community for the next 50 years and beyond. So there we go. Your birthday shout-outs supported and sponsored by Coca-Cola and the Credit Union. For those of you who have lost loved ones, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. Those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we wish you a speedy recovery. Again this morning, big shout out to our colleague and friend, Mr. Joel Wilson, here at Radio Cayman. And we're going to quickly look at the birthday shout-outs, because we do have an interview that is going to take place, is partially going to take place on the phone, and not sure whether or not time will allow for the person to be in the studio with us this morning. I'll tell you more about that in a few minutes. But first of all, let's look at the birthday shout-outs. Miss Pam Jackson Watler, she wants to send extra special Valentine birthday blessings to their amazing son, brother, and uncle, Joseph Ladner Watler Jr., who is celebrating his birthday tomorrow. the 14th of February, of course, Valentine's Day, and they point out that may he continue to enjoy great health and happiness. Greetings are coming from his entire family. Let's look at the other birthday greetings. Today, Myra Ryan Ebanks celebrating a birthday. Miss Shirley Rolston also celebrating her birthday today. Hope Bennett Rivers celebrating a birthday, and as well as Brian Cummings celebrating a birthday as well. So again, we want to thank our sponsors, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands. You should accept no substitutes from generation to generation. Coca-Cola, still a Cayman classic. And, of course, the credit union, and they look forward to serving the Cayman community for the next 50 years and beyond. With that, folks, this morning we are going to be talking about the advanced screening of the movie The Bluff. That conversation is going to take place with Miss Ventisha Connolly from the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture, and Heritage, and we have her on the phone this morning. Miss Ventisha, good morning. Welcome back to For the Record.
Good morning, OC. Good morning to your listening audience, and a special good morning to my fellow Brackers that are listening in from the Sister Islands, and Kim Brack for you this morning, OC. Okay,
I trust that you've gotten some rest after our National Heroes Day event.
I got about 24 hours rest before moving right in to Valentine's and this movie.
Okay. So tell us about The Bluff, the movie The Bluff. What is it all about? And the director of this movie as well.
All right. So The Bluff is exactly what it is. It's a pirate movie set in 1864. A female pirate named Bloody Mary, who is portrayed by Mrs. Priyanka Chopra Jonas, who is living on Cayman Brac and, trying to make the best life for her and her daughter, only to be, hunted down by another pirate who thinks that she should be his. So it's a really exciting movie, very fast-paced, very, very piratey, which is something that, we love here in the Cayman Islands, seeing as Pirates Week is one of our national festivals. This movie is directed by local Caymanian son of the soil, Frankie Flowers Jr. He is joined with that, and it is produced also by no stranger to the Cayman Islands, Miss Zoe Zaldania. I'm probably never going to say her last name right, and her sisters. So there's Caymanian in it all around, from the plot of the movie, the location of the movie, producers and the director of the movie. Frankie this morning is actually on CMR, so we have responsibilities to promoting the movie also. So, it's going to be a fantastic time. The thing is happening at Pedro St. James, so we have built an outdoor amphitheater at Pedro St. James on the Great Lawn, and we are welcoming everyone tomorrow. It's open at 6:30, and the movie begins at 7:15. And it is a free event. There's no cost to anyone who is coming to watch. If you have not RSVP'd yet, that is fine. We have made an allowance for people who just decide at the last minute, you know what, I don't have anything to do. I'm gonna go to watch this the screening.
Okay, and what's the capacity for people at the Pedro St. James?
So the capacity we've built for is about 600 persons.
Okay.
And so far we have about 551 persons that have RSVP'd.
Wow,
so
that's
we
great.
Have yes, and it's going to be very fantastic if they all do show up, because we are change your mind and stay inside last minute people. I say that because that's me. I will cancel on somebody quick if I step out and the wind just hits me the wrong way.
Okay, and
yes, we do have space.
Okay, any advice that you want to give to those persons who are planning on attending in terms of advanced preparation, time that they should get there, parking that is available, because we know that every person in Cayman drives 2 cars.
And hence why I'm stuck in traffic. Yes, so we are doing parking at the Cayman Islands Baptist Church. They have graciously allowed us to use their parking lot at the church.
Mm-hmm.
So we are asking persons to park there or at the park that's next door and be shuttled over. We have shuttles running. From the church and the park over to Pedro St. James. Because there is limited parking at Pedro St. James itself, and what small parking is there, we are reserving for our VIP guests, government officials, and the movie executives that are here.
Mm-hmm.
And of course Frankie's family, who are so proud of him for this movie.
Okay.
So there is parking. It's at the church. It's at the park. There is a shuttle. The gates open at 6:30, so people can start at 5:30. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
Gates open at 5:30, so people can start arriving from 5:30. We will have a full red carpet entrance for everyone to come in.
Wow.
Get their photo taken. Have some hors d'oeuvres, have a little bit of swanky. So we're treating this as the Caymanian red carpet.
So people,
showing.
so those attending really need to dress for the event if we're going to have a red carpet and all of that, right?
Well, I've been telling persons it's island casual with a red carpet twist. Because we're outdoors,
Mm-hmm.
we're in the grass. I mean, I don't want people coming out there in 7-inch Louis Vuitton heels when we're talking soft grass and whatnot, and gravel that you're walking on at Pedro.
Mm-hmm.
So think about the venue, put on a little island casual, and then add to it.
Okay. So sorry, go.
And if you don't want to do all that, you've got your Caymanian proud shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Pop that on with a pair of jeans, your sneakers, and you're good to go.
Okay. We are going to go to a commercial break, Miss Ventisha. We're going to ask you to stay on the line because we also want to talk about the event taking place in the BRAC as well. We want to hear why the ministry has been involved in this venture as well, and talk about the importance of this film and the exposure again for the Cayman Islands. So please hang in there with us, folks. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
Angelia Jareen Connor, Connolly. Certificate of Honor, 1900-2001. Miss Angelia was a lifelong member of the Bordentown Webster Memorial Church. She was an ordained elder who regularly visited the sick and shut-in. She was a Sunday school teacher and superintendent, a charter member of the Women's Missionary Society, now called Women's Fellowship, and a leader of the Girls Brigade. Miss Angelia was awarded the Certificate and Badge of Honor in 1974. She administered the funds of the Friendly Society to the poor of Bordentown. Her husband was Mr. Newman Connolly, a teacher, and the couple had 3 children, Woodrow, Laurel, and Olivia.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Yeah, let me tell you, no AC when I was a boy. I still remember just how good an ice-cold Coca-Cola was.
The part is, the coolest moms and dads always had Coca-Cola at our parties.
The sound when you pop the top, and the fizzle, and that, after that first sip.
Coca-Cola, from generation to generation, that ice-cold bubbly. Coca-Cola, still a Cayman classic.
Back in '76, 7 of us came together with one vision to help Caymanians help themselves. From 7 to over 20,000 strong, we still believe in helping members grow together.
Because when one of us succeed, we all rise.
Visit creditunion.ky to become a member today.
The Credit Union, serving Cayman for 50 years and still growing together.
Hey, new drivers, don't just drive, drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN money transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
My My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Fall in love with your space this Valentine's Day. Enjoy 30% off custom closets now through Saturday, February 28th. Why not give the gift that lasts? A custom design closet perfect for his, hers, or both. Professionally designed, expertly installed. Hurry! Offer ends Saturday, February 28th. Don't miss this opportunity to save 30%. Brand Source Custom Closets. Dorsey Drive Industrial Park. Call 623-5000 today.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. I'm your host, Orrett Connor. For those of you who are just joining us, we are talking with Miss Ventisha Connolly from the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Heritage. We're talking about the advanced screening of the movie The Bluff. 2 screenings, one taking place on Grand Cayman. Another taking place on Cayman Brac. The one in Grand Cayman is tomorrow, Saturday. There's a reception at, from 6 o'clock, red carpet. We'll talk more about that. And of course, the Bluff, as you heard earlier from Miss Ventisha, is a pirate action adventure film directed by Caymanian filmmaker Frankie Flowers and written by Flowers and Joe Ballerini. The Ministry of course, like I said earlier, is hosting 2 screenings, but we have right here in the studio now, transferring from the vehicle to the studio, none other than Miss Ventisha. Miss Ventisha, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, OC, how are you?
I'm fine. And you're so versatile.
I know. I was like, you leave 5 minutes late, even in Prospect, and you're sitting in traffic, which is exactly what happened this morning. So I do apologize for not being here.
We were able to get things going and give the information out, the important information that we wanted to. So let's talk about the ministry's involvement. Of course, culture, heritage, all part of it.
So about 2 years ago, Frankie reached out to the Honorable Isaac Rankin, the Minister for Youth, Sports, Culture and Heritage, and he said, here's the next movie that I'm doing. This is what we intend to do, and I want to bring the female heroine, the person who's the movie who's going to be doing all of the stuff in the movie, down to do a familiarization trip. And of course, Minister Rankin is going to say yes. So he said, sure. So Miss Chopra Jonas came down in March of that year. We gave her the full Caymanian experience. She visited the entire island. We took her to the Crystal Caves. We had a session with her and Miss Carmen Connolly. She taught her a little bit of the thatching. Papa Gerolo taught her, this is how you make a fish net, and things like that. You don't change from time to time. And we had Brian Watler Jr. come and teach her a little bit of our quadrille. Also, we brought Deal Ebanks there with his gigs, so she learned how to spin a gig. And we immersed her in what Caymanian culture is. We took her over to the Brack so she could actually see what the backdrop of what this movie should look like. She thoroughly enjoyed it. Wanted to come back shortly after with her daughter and her husband.
Wow.
But she hasn't made it back yet. And unfortunately, she's not able to make it for this screening due to their press junket. So she is to be, I think, in Boston or New York while we're screening here. So we will miss her. But yeah, so Frankie said, this is what I want to do. And, Minister said, we're involved. You let us know exactly what you need. And that's what he's done. So we are so pleased to be able to do the advanced screening here in Grand Cayman on Saturday, the 14th of February. Gates open at 5:30. And the movie starts at 7:00. So we'd love to have all of those seats filled. So if you haven't had a chance to RSVP, we do have additional seats. And even if we fill all of those seats, I have backup chairs, the little folding chairs. They mightn't be comfortable for the hour and a half, or you can sit on the grass. We're not going to turn anyone away because we want everyone to be a part of this premiere in Grand Cayman.
Great. So I see here there's a question about why should persons attend, but I don't even think that we have to ask that anymore. If you have 451 persons already, indicating that they're going to come, we know that it's probably going to be subscribed as well. But the fact that it is happening on Valentine's Day as well, hey, what better way to celebrate Valentine's Day, as well? Yeah.
Do an early dinner. Come and watch the movie, or come and watch the movie and do a late dinner. So, we're, and for those of us staff who are working this event, our spouses are, our other halves are sitting in the theater watching while we are busying around working. But yeah, we want everyone to come out. We do have a caveat, though. It is a rated R movie. It's rated R because of the violence in the movie.
Oh, okay.
As we would all know from our history and from all the piracy history around the world, they weren't all kittens and rainbows. It was a lot of blood and gore. So we do have an age limit. You have to be 14 years or older. You have to be with a parent to come and watch the movie. In that sense that we extended it to the film clubs of the different schools via the education department and the Ministry of Education as one of our partners, so that those kids who, that is their passion and they're that's what they want to do. They're there to see all of those things, and they can talk to the producers and the studio executives and get a feel of, what it is to produce and direct a movie. So there's just that small caveat. But yeah, we're welcoming everyone on Saturday, and then on Sunday we take it to my homeland. We are taking it over to the Sister Islands. On Sunday, the viewing is going to be at the Ashton Ruddy Center. Thankfully, we have worked well with our partners over in District Administration and Public Works on the BRAC and Minister DaCosta's ministry to be able to have the Ashton Ruddy Center fully prepared for 200 to 300 Brackers to come out on Sunday afternoon. We know it's a Sunday, and we respected the fact that religion. Everyone goes to church in the morning. You got to come home, take your lunch, and take a little nap. Because if you don't get that nap after you have Sunday lunch, you're miserable for the rest of the day. I know I am. And so gates the doors open at 3:30 in the BRAC, and the movie starts at 4:00. So it'll follow the same kind of event happening here in Grand Cayman. There's going to be a little red carpet. There's going to be an area for you to take your photos. There's going to be photographers there. So again, dress up your island casual with a red carpet twist, or your Caymanian proud shirts with some jeans. Look nice for the occasion, because there's going to be a lot of flashing cameras.
Okay, we have to go to our 8 o'clock news. In the corridors, I will talk with Miss Ventisha to see whether or not, I think she'll need to be on for a few more minutes. So we do have guests coming on at 8:15, but we're going to push them back a little bit because we want to talk a little bit more, about this event as well. So folks, we're going to our 8 o'clock news. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
If they are talking about us,
living in your head rent-free all this time,
we must be relevant. Radio Cayman since 1976.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Police are currently conducting investigations on Mary Street in Georgetown in relation to a, quote, stabbing incident that occurred just after 4:30 a.m. this morning. Police say as a result, Mary Street has been closed at the junction of Shedden Road, McField Lane, and Fort Street. Make sure to stay with Radio Cayman as we follow this developing story. Local law firm HSM is raising red flags about upcoming immigration changes it says could limit job mobility for work permit holders. Here's Radio Cayman's Elizabeth Charles.
In a new commentary titled Locked In, How Cayman's new Section 64 redefines work permit mobility, HSM partner Alistair David outlines that from the 1st of March 2026, a revised Section 64 will bar most work permit holders from changing employers within their first 2 years and could force those who leave early to spend at least a year off island before a new permit can be granted. The firm notes a specific carve-out for domestic helpers, along with a narrow exemption route based on tightly defined prescribed circumstances, such as redundancy, non-payment of wages, or serious misconduct by an employer, with workers required to prove their case. HSM also points to what it sees as a possible legal gap for individuals who stop working before the new law starts but apply for a fresh work permit afterwards, suggesting they may fall outside both the old and new versions of Section 64 unless transitional provisions are introduced. The firm urges that businesses and expatriate staff should review contracts and immigration strategies ahead of the 1st of March implementation date. Elizabeth Charles, Radio Cayman News.
The RRS James Cook arrives in Cayman this week. The research vessel has been collecting vital data since setting sail on January 13th on a first-of-its-kind mission to explore uncharted waters across 3 Caribbean overseas territories: Anguilla, Turks and Caicos, and the Cayman Islands. The expedition is part of the United Kingdom's Blue Belt program Beyond the Reef Survey, and it hopes to improve scientific understanding of the ocean and seabed across approximately 365,000 square kilometers of UK overseas territory seas. Department of Environment Blue Belt Officer Kelly Forsyth is already on board and will now be joined by other members of Cayman's 8-person Department of Environment crew as the RRS James Cook begins the final leg of its tour. You might even get a chance to see the ship at work today and again tomorrow as she nears the sister islands. The final port of call will be back in Georgetown on February 25th. And Cayman Arts Festival 2026 wraps up tomorrow night with the return of the Miguel Vargas Flamenco Dance Theater.
Awesome, fantastic, phenomenal. Ole! It was amazing. Wow. Espectacular, lo mejor. Buenísimo.
The show is amazing.
The show was so amazing.
The troupe absolutely blew up the Harkwell stage during their last visit to the Cayman Islands in November 2023, treating the sold-out crowd to one heck of a show. And K-Musica's Marius Gaina is promising an equally thrilling performance tomorrow.
They come as a family. There are 5 of them, and they are amazing.
The troupe delivers a flamenco experience that unites dance, song, guitar, and rhythm in a celebration of Spanish tradition. This is the 5th and final show of this year's Cayman Arts Festival, hosted by K-Musica, which featured a strong showing of local artists alongside international powerhouses. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller.
BBC News with Govinda Gill. Bangladesh's election commissioner says the nation has emerged victorious after the most free and competitive election in years. The Conservative Bangladesh Nationalist Party secured a landslide win. The Munich Security Summit gets underway shortly, where recently strained relations between Donald Trump's America and European leaders will be on full display. The global meeting is taking place in the wake of Mr. Trump's repeated threats to annex Greenland. Also high on the agenda is Russia's continuing war against Ukraine. President Zelensky said it would be an important day with new steps towards shared security for Ukraine and Europe. BBC News.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
For the Health of It, heard on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and repeated on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. is brought to you by The Light Room. Tired of being unwell and struggling to find the energy and vitality to live the life you desire? Come get recharged from the inside out at The Light Room. Our non-invasive, holistic energy enhancement system detoxifies and energizes the body, enabling self-healing and balance. Book online at www.thelightroom.ky or call 938-HEAL, 38 Pasadora Place, GT.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 75 degrees. Relative humidity is 72%. The barometric pressure 30.03 inches and rising. The wind is out of the east-northeast at 8 knots. Overnight low was 73. Synopsis indicate moderate winds and seas expected over the Cayman area as a ridge of high pressure persists over the northwest Caribbean. Satellite imagery show patchy clouds across the northwest Caribbean. Now the forecast for today calling for sunny skies with partly cloudy spells and a 10% chance of showers. Temperatures will rise to the low 80s. Winds will be northeast at 10 to 15 knots, and seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. Forecast for tonight calling for fair skies with a 10% chance of showers, and temperatures will fall near the low to mid 70s. Your winds will be east to northeast at 10 to 15 knots, and seas will be moderate with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. High tide, we're presently at a high tide, well actually in a few minutes, 11 minutes past 8, and a low tide this afternoon at 10 minutes past 2, and a high tide again this evening at 7:17. The sun will set this evening at 6:23 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:55. And the outlook is calling for similar weather conditions through Sunday morning. And that's the very latest on your weather report.
If you have an objection to this marriage, speak now or forever hold your...
Don't do it, Tevin! I still love you. I have since the day we stole your mom's car and got matching dolphin tattoos.
Oh, Lordy. Janelle? From spring break, oh, wait?
Yes, it's me.
Janelle, you've got to move on.
We're like the wedding guest that doesn't ruin the ceremony. CG Brit K. Good like that.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Brit K, where people come first.
The Lions Club of Grand Cayman, Delano Hislop Pace, 5K and 10K Walk Run is back on April 12th. Whether you're trying to stay a bit fitter, looking to invest more time in your community, or just looking for a reason to get out in the sun, the Delano Hislop Walk Run is the perfect opportunity to keep your goals in check. Visit the Lions Club Facebook page for registration details. The 2026 Delano Hislop Pace Walk Run, Sunday, April 12th. The Lions Club of Grand Cayman, proudly serving the community for over 50 years.
Beach and Reggae Sundays on Breeze 105.3 FM from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health. 2 locations, Governor Square and Grand Harbor. Governor Square open Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Grand Harbor open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and open on Sundays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 947-8900 or visit healthcarepharmacy.ky.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Top of the morning, let's check in with traffic, see what's slowing, what's flowing. But before that, let you know that police are currently conducting investigations on Mary Street in Georgetown relating to an incident that occurred earlier this morning. As a result, Mary Street has been closed at the junction of Shedden Road, McField Lane and 4th Street. The RCIPS thanks the public for your cooperation and apologize for any inconvenience caused. Let's check in with some of the other roads. Owen Roberts Drive flowing nicely, as well as coming from the West Bay 4-way stop. Coming from the east further up on Shamrock Road, traffic steady. Further down different stories, traffic a little heavier as you approach the Linford Pearson Highway. Also coming off of the Esterly Tibbetts Highway, traffic is heavy as well. And steady traffic on North Sound Road, Industrial Park area, flowing moderately. Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue at a moderate pace in both directions, and some steady traffic coming off of Agnes Way, off the Linford Pearson Highway, and off of Bob Thompson Way. Traffic is moving at a moderate pace and continuing on to Huldah Avenue. Slow moving traffic heading to the Georgetown area on Walker's Road. Expect some delays. And if you see any other accidents or incidents, let us know by calling us at 949-6990. Join us again at about 10 minutes past 12. We'll give you another look at traffic. Remember, click it or ticket.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Craving something bold, juicy, and packed with flavor? Introducing KFC's new crispy barbecue sandwich served on a soft, buttery brioche bun. That's 100% KFC premium chicken breast, perfectly crispy, deliciously smoky with crispy onions, cheddar cheese, and barbecue sauce. Just the right amount of messy in the best way possible. Stacked with layers of bold KFC flavor, this sandwich is your new obsession. But hurry, it's only at KFC for a limited time. So what are you waiting for? Get yours today at any of the 3 KFC locations on island. KFC, finger licking good, just got bolder.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. It is my pleasure to have in the studio with me this morning Miss Ventisha Connolly from the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Heritage. We're talking about the advanced screening of the movie The Bluff directed by famed Caymanian filmmaker Frank E. Flowers, and co-written by Flowers and Joe Ballerini. So the ministry is hosting 2 screenings this weekend, one in Grand Cayman, the other in Cayman Brac. On Grand Cayman, the screening will take place Saturday, the 14th of February at Pedro St. James. There's a reception at 6 p.m. and the screening will start at 7 p.m. They have planned for at least 500 persons to attend so far, and that was when we spoke. I'm sure that number has gone up since then.
I'm pretty sure it has.
There was 451 persons who had RSVP'd, but in the event that we go over that 500, they still have room for more as well. One of our listeners wanted to know whether or not, how do they RSVP? And I told them that we would repeat when we return, but they've come back to me and said they Googled it and found it, but it's good to repeat it anyway. Ms. Ventisha.
So to RSVP, you just need to either go to gov.ky/MYSCH, so the ministry's website. On that website, there are 2 buttons where it talks about the screening, one for the Grand Cayman screening, one for the Cayman Brac. Click on the Grand Cayman one, and it takes you to the form for you to RSVP. Or you can go onto our Instagram or Facebook page. There's a QR code, as well as I think we put the link there in the bio of the press release for you on Instagram and Facebook. Click on the link and you're good to go.
Mm-hmm. Now, those persons attending these advanced screening, they're really in for a treat because they're actually getting the opportunity to watch the film before the world release of it. And when is the world release?
So the world release is on February 25th. It's not going to be in the movie theaters. It's an Amazon Prime movie.
Okay.
So you can stay then in the comfort of your own home and watch the movie on February 25th when it premieres on Prime Video.
Mm-hmm. So before you leave us, Ms. Ventisha, let's talk a little bit about why this film matters specifically to Cayman and the people of the Cayman Islands.
Well, for us, I mean, it talks about a part of our history that is our history. I know, and we've had in recent years a bit of people saying that, pirates are not a part of our history. I'm sorry. I don't know what history book you are reading from, but any island in the Caribbean, pirates are a part of their history.
Yeah, impacted one way or the other by them.
Exactly. And so, it's a part of telling our history. It may be a little fiction to it. It may be, some of it may be, what actually really happened back then. But it's the tie-in that our national festival, Pirates Week, which happens in November and is coming up in November of this year again. So I'll be on shortly again to talk about Pirates Week.
Yeah, because November's right around the corner.
Let me tell you. But, solidifying that story and making the connection with it, that it may not have been all blood and guts and gore, but we had pirates. We were, I don't want to use the word colonized, but we had pirates living here because we were 3 little dots that were, all lush and green. It was a perfect hideaway.
And it was strategic, in terms of the ships moving, back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, we read of parts of history that talk about them stopping here. We're named Las Tortugas because Columbus's ships came through here and they stopped and found the turtles and found the water and found, what they found here. So it is piracy is a part of our history. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I know my colleague in the Heritage Unit, Tanissa Barnes, could talk your ear off about how piracy connects to our history. So it's a part of us. And again, if we don't tell our story, who will? And we can't leave it to someone else to determine what our story was when we know what it was.
Okay. What about the visibility, for the Cayman Islands? And,
this is huge visibility for the Cayman Islands. As people know, I'm from the Cayman Brac. We like to think of ourselves as the quiet little sister. Little Cayman is the island time forgot, because you go there and you can literally cut yourself off from the real world and take a vacation and be one with nature. And Cayman Brac is just a little more than that. We're the quieter sister. We're peace in a really busy world. And so I think for us, and looking forward, and I know DP Ruddy and his team are actually, Deputy Premier Ruddy and is going to be there tomorrow night with us. They're looking at this too as this is another tourism driver, because with Amazon Prime, several million people have that. So when they watch this movie and think, oh, I wonder if Cayman Brac is a real place, Google. It is a real place. I can take a real vacation there. There's layers to how much this movie is going to impact the Cayman Islands and our reach around the world.
Excellent. Now, I know that you did extend your time with us here, so I want to give you, and I know you're a very busy, very, very busy person, want to give you an opportunity for some closing comments and any pointers that you, again, want to repeat in relation to tomorrow and Sunday's screening.
All right, so, yes, thanks, OC, and thank you for having me. So tomorrow's screening is at Pedro St. James. Doors open at 5:30. The movie starts at 7 o'clock. Parking will be at the church, Cayman Islands Baptist Church, which we thank them very much for their allowing us to use that, as well as the park. There will be shuttles that will be busing people to and from Pedro St. James to the parking lots. It is island casual with a red carpet twist. I've got some huge earrings that I'm going to wear, so... You'll see me, OC. You'll see me. But it is a free event. Come on out. We will have a little bit of hors d'oeuvres and food. And, of course, we will have popcorn and candy for when you're sitting there watching the movie. So that is tomorrow night. And then we take it to Cayman Brac on Sunday at the Aston Ruddy Center. Doors open at 5. Ooh, talking too much.
5:30.
Doors open at 3:30.
Oh, for the Brac. Yes,
and the showing starts at 4 o'clock. Again, we will have just some snacks and popcorn for people to have during the movie. It is a free event all around. So we invite everyone to come out, join us, be a part of this event. It is we're celebrating also one of our own. Frankie Flowers Jr. has been a tireless proponent of the Cayman Islands and making sure that people know where he's from. So huge shout out to Frankie on that. So if you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call. I think I've repeated my number a million times on this talk show, so you can reach us at the ministry's main line 244-2424, or you can give my team directly a call at 926-0633. Reach out to us, ysch-events@gov.ky or ysh-national-events@gov.ky. We would love to have everyone there. And it would be remiss of me to not say this before I sign off with you, OC, but I'm actually heading over to the government building this morning. We are having our annual Morning of Love mini concert starting at 9 o'clock, 9 till 10:30. So we have the Cayman Islands folk singers as well as students from John Gray High School, Georgetown Primary, Miss Marie Martin, the Marie Martin Primary School, as well as Prospect Primary, coming and doing a couple little songs about love for an hour, and then you can walk away with a sweet treat and maybe a rose. So come join us if you're not doing anything right now. Join us over at Government Building from 9 to 10:30 this morning. And I do want to do a birthday shout out.
Okay, sure.
Mrs. Saku, so Nasaria, Alva, and Christian's mom celebrates her birthday tomorrow.
Okay.
So I wanted to shout out to her as well as my sister, whose birthday is Monday. So I'm going to do that now while I'm here on the radio. Janesta over in Cayman Brac is celebrating her birthday on the 16th. So shout out to her. And thank you so much, OC, for always being a welcoming face and for us to come on here and talk about all the many things that the ministry is doing. And like I said, I'm pretty sure our PR manager, Teresa, has some upcoming interviews lined up. So I'll see you shortly again.
Certainly, more than happy to. And just to say to people, nothing wrong with you wearing your Caymanian Proud
all the time
T-shirt tomorrow at the screening as well.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Ms. Ventisha, thank you very much, folks. We're going to go to a commercial break. When we return, we will be talking about the upcoming agriculture show that will take place on Ash Wednesday. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Hey, new drivers, don't just drive, drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
RC Fusion is proudly brought to you by TCE Paint Shop, Farmers and Artisans Retail Market, and My Canda Cleaners. RC Fusion, weekdays 10 a.m. to 12 midday, right here on Radio Cayman 89.9.
RC Fusion.
Radio Cayman Energy.
Fall in love with your space this Valentine's Day. Enjoy 30% off custom closets now through Saturday, February 28th. Why not give the gift that lasts? A custom design closet, perfect for his, hers, or both. Professionally designed, expertly installed. Hurry! Offer ends Saturday, February 28th. Don't miss this opportunity to save 30%. Brand Source Custom Closets, Dorsey Drive Industrial Park. Call 623-5000 today. Hey, Cayman, we know you love driving, but not sitting in traffic. This Ash Wednesday, skip the bumper to bumper and take the Agriculture Show Park and Ride. Park easy, hop on, and let someone else do the driving straight to the grounds. Shuttles will run continuously from 4 locations all day. Follow Cayman Agriculture on Facebook and Instagram for all the details.
The annual Agriculture Show is hosted by the Cayman Islands Agricultural Society and the Ministry of Agriculture and is sponsored by the Department of Agriculture, Pepsi, Quality Feed, Ale Thompson's, Terra Vegetation and Maintenance, and Radio Cayman.
Happy 50th anniversary Radio Cayman. What an enormous legacy that has been made by Radio Cayman. God bless all of the employees, past and present, that have made Radio Cayman special. So as we celebrate this 50th anniversary, as we celebrate improvements and renovations to Radio Cayman, let's be thankful for the first 50 years, and Lord willing, ingenuity willing, collaboration willing, another 50 for Radio Cayman. Happy anniversary.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. So, you got an opportunity to attend the screening of the Bluff tomorrow, and we have something for you next week as well. Wednesday, Ash Wednesday. It's not just a holiday as far as Ash Wednesday is concerned, but it is a date that has been etched into the history of the Cayman Islands when it comes to agriculture. And I recall in my younger days, the first agriculture show that I attended, and I'm made to understand when you look at the history of the Cayman Islands that we did have other agricultural exhibitions before this, but in the early to mid 60s is when it really began in earnest here in the Cayman Islands. So we're going to be talking about the agriculture show on Ash Wednesday, which continues to get bigger and bigger, growing from strength to strength. I guess commensurate with the population of the Cayman Islands as our population goes. So do the attendees at our agriculture show as well. So I have two folks who are involved in the event, and I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves, tell them our listening and our viewing audience what they do as well. We're going to start with the beautiful lady to my left. Good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Connor. My name is Juliet Frederick. I represent the Cayman Islands Agricultural Society, and I assist the board as the treasurer and also managing some of the day-to-day activities out there. So that's what I currently do.
Excellent. Yes, sir.
Sir Connor, morning. I am Demoy Nash, Deputy Director for the Department of Agriculture.
Okay, so let's start with the Department of Agriculture and your involvement in it, because at one point in time, while we did have an agricultural society and they were basically more involved in it, at one point in time it also became the responsibility of the Department of Agriculture, and now it's a situation where you partner with the Agricultural Society as well. Let's talk about the Department of Agriculture's involvement.
Yes, thank you. So our role is basically to provide support to the CIS to ensure that this important event takes place. So we provide, as you know, we provide technical support as a department, regulatory support mainly. Technical support comes in many forms: extension services, which is your livestock, your crops, which agronomy, etc. Now, for the show itself, we take up a huge part of the space by having several different displays. The agenda is basically set from the ministry, which the ministry is implementing the National Food Security Policy. That trickles down to the department, to the CI. So the themes that guide the show which this year the theme for the show is Harvest in Harmony, Cayman Culture and Agriculture. And the department supporting theme is One Health, Women Cultivating Cayman, because as you know, it is the international year for women in agriculture. So they're highlighting the role of the women farmers globally. So when you come in this space this year, you'll see a lot of features of us featuring women in agriculture, what they have done historically. And that is, in essence, what the general team is doing. It is basically capturing the nexus between Cayman culture and agriculture and those over the years who have contributed to agriculture. So our role is to ensure that the technical information is passed on to the patrons, that they come in this space, they can see the different innovations in agriculture. Because for us, agriculture is the snapshot of the sector. You don't get to go to the farms on a daily basis, but when you come to the agricultural show, it's supposed to give you a real-time picture of what is happening in the sector. So we have to, it's a big thing for us, because if we have been doing the extension work properly and effectively, it's supposed to translate in the livestock and the crops that are on displays on the day. So we'll be carrying out a cadre, highlighting a cadre of our services. So the plant services, all our plant sales, as you know, is a big feature, a big buzz for the show. We have a wide array, thousands of plants of different species we'll be selling to the public. Apart from that, you'll come and you'll see simulations of real activities, for example, plant propagation taking place. You can know how to graft a plant, bud a plant, etc. And then you'll see the services, other services we provide, for example, our ACE service, what we do at the airport in terms of food import and export, how we enable that, facilitate that. You will see our veterinary services, our animal protection. We are big on that, ensuring that cruelty to animal is a no-no and that the welfare for animals are championed, and we're controlling the stray population, etc. So when you come in, you will see all of these services. You'll see us promoting some of our new programs and projects. For example, our national egg strategy, which is to have Cayman food sovereign in egg production. But what we are doing in expanding the poultry sector, looking at what we are doing in the wider livestock sector, promoting small ruminants and cattle. So there's a lot you will be seeing. As to what the CIS will be doing for the overall show, Miss Frederick is better placed to give a picture of that, to say, I know there's some over 130 different booths that will be on,
that's right.
Yeah, and different agencies, so she can go into those specifics.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Miss Frederick.
All right. So the gates will open 7 that morning, and they go on through to 6 p.m. that evening.
Bring that mic a little closer to you. That's okay. That's fine. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
you.
So yes, the gates open at 7 a.m. and they close around 6 p.m. 7 a.m. everybody is getting in line, is organized by then. All the vendors are organized, and actually we start judging of some of the entries for the show, whether it's a fruit tree you entered or a painting, crochet, whatever. So the judging is going on at 7 a.m. and everyone is getting ready for the parade. So tickets are available at the gate or online at EventPro. I think you can buy tickets from EventPro online, the raffle tickets up until the day before. And we have lots of prizes this year. Last year, the prizes were well received. We have 2 grand prizes, $10,000 each.
Wow.
There are other prizes like A.L. Thompson's gift certificate. There's a Keith Urban concert, 2 tickets to see Keith Urban live in Florida. And, of course, Cayman Airways tickets to go with that. There'll be free park and ride, I guess, with all of the traffic. That would be something that the public would appreciate. And you can ride from 4 different locations: the Joanna Clark Primary School, Jason Avenue on Shamrock, the Theoline McCoy Primary School in Bordentown, and the Church of God Multipurpose Hall on Shamrock Road.
Now, since that park and ride has been introduced several years ago. Have you found that many people are utilizing?
Yes, people do utilize it, and it's actually increased the attendance.
Wow.
So it is working. Last year we came in around 13,000 people. We had everybody heard we had a little glitch on the eastern end, and we've remedied that. So hopefully, we think we've remedied that. We hope to see the results of that this year. So we're just going to have signs a little further out that people will be aware of the Theoline McCoy Primary School parking, and they can actually get off by the police station, Bordentown, and that'll really help.
Yes.
So hopefully this year there will be, and we also have, it's called, Demoy, help me out, it's now called the new roundabout there.
There's a new roundabout installed.
Agricola Connect.
Agricola Drive.
I think they call it Agricola Connect. Is the name.
Yeah.
So we'll find out on the day of the show how that works. But that is a roundabout that's meant to facilitate movement into the grounds, and of course the exit will be down on further down. So
Daniel Drive.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So we'll see. The proof is in the pudding, I guess they say. So on that day, we'll see how the traffic is. There'll be lots of entertainment at the grounds, lots for the children, baby show, that sort of stuff. Some of the highlights are the mechanical bull rides, pony rides, petting zoo, and I think the Humane Society has a pet adoption booth with puppies, those type of things.
Okay, we do have a caller because you did mention the baby show, and we have a caller on the line who's going to talk a little bit about that with us. Let's welcome our caller. You can put the headphones on. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Lucy.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cayman. Good morning, guests in the studio. It's Azita Mae Borden from West Bay, and I have been doing the baby show now for the last 25 years. And I to just say to the public that the baby show is, just growing, just continuing to grow.
You're breaking up a little bit. If you're on the speakerphone, if you can come off it, please do so, because we're getting sort of a feedback.
Okay, I just turned it off.
Great, much clearer now. All of our guests here.
Yes.
Okay, there should be a where your plug-in is. Yeah, go on it. Go ahead, Ms. Zita Mae.
Okay, so I sent you a copy of the registration form. But I would like to invite parents to enter their babies and toddlers into the baby show. It's from 0 to 48 months, and we have 5 age categories, and we'll have prizes. And it's just a fun event where we get to showcase our babies, and it's a big part. It has always been a big part of the agricultural show. So I want people to register their babies. The register is Monday, the 16th. At noon. So please register your babies, and you don't have to dress them up any particular how. It's just up to you as parents if you want to dress them up. Some babies come as cowboys, cowgirls, or in their Sunday best, or some is just casual. For a day when it might be a little warm. So they wear their spring type clothes so that the baby is comfortable. But they just bring them up on the grandstand stage. We'll have a table there with the judges, and they will judge them. They will sort of just correspond with them, or just do funny little things with them to get their reaction and stuff like that. So, and Foster's has also sponsored with the gifts for the last 25 years. So big out to Foster. So we will have our prizes, and they can call me or WhatsApp me is better, 929-9932. So 929-9932. WhatsApp me. I'll get you the form, and you get it back to me by Monday at noon time, because we have to print programs and, certificates and all that for the babies. So it is just a wonderful event, and I'm looking forward to with the babies, because, it is funny sometimes when they come up on stage, they walk to the end of the stage and they be waving at all their family and friends in the audience. They're watching. So it is just a big part of the agricultural show each year.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm sure everyone's looking forward to that as well, Miss Zita May. And, as we said earlier, that baby show, is one of the fixtures of the agriculture show as well. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, the conversation will continue. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Fall in love with your space this Valentine's Day. Enjoy 30% off custom closets now through Saturday, February 28th. Why not give the gift that lasts? A custom design closet, perfect for his, hers, or both. Professionally designed, expertly installed. Hurry! Offer ends Saturday, February 28th. Don't miss this opportunity to save 30%. Brand Source Custom Closets, Dorsey Drive Industrial Park. Call 623-5000 today.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. For those of you who are just joining us, we are talking about the 57th Annual Agriculture Show. You would have heard earlier Mr. Nash, who's the Deputy Director of Agriculture, speaking about the theme, which is Harvesting Harmony, Cayman Culture and Agriculture, highlighting the link between cultural traditions and agricultural practices, and celebrating the people behind the local food, crafts, and heritage. And we've been talking about the event details with Miss Frederick, and I think we're going to throw the mic back over to her for her to continue along that vein as well.
Okay. All right, there are going to be 130 vendors Okay. Also, we have several departments that are going to be featured. Department of Environment, Environmental Health, the Seafarers Association and the Fairweather Foundation, Hazard Management, Public Health, and of course, the Department of Agriculture. They're a huge player in all of this. As you pointed out, they were the ones that were running the show there as well. On that day, we'll have one thing that we found the public liked last year was multiple options of music. So instead of one big stage, we had several bands sprinkled around the place. So
great.
if you like this type, you want to listen to Randy Shillette on the drums, you hang out in that area. So it increased the comfort and enjoyment for the guests. I think it was well received. Something that we would like to encourage the public to do is talk with the local farmers. As Mr. Nash pointed out, there are opportunities to find out how the food is grown, how animals are raised, and techniques used. And a lot of people who visit the show are backyard farmers as well. So as he pointed out, at the show, there's an opportunity to take in maybe, I think, Demoy, it's a 20, 30-minute class, sex class that you had last year. So you could actually learn something at the show, but the department have these courses every month. So the public, it's usually for farmers, but backyard farmers as well, they can come out and they have an opportunity there on the day of the show. There are a lot of entries, and one thing we would like to see is growth in what the public submits for judging. We have a lot of artists on this island, a lot of good cooks, and a lot of those products are displayed there and judged, but we encourage the public to keep increasing what they contribute. And hopefully we can get around to giving better and better prizes for those that win as the show grows.
Yeah. Now, we have seen, like I've mentioned earlier, the event has grown from strength to strength. We have seen an increase in terms of the acreage that is now used for the agriculture show as well. Of course, you mentioned it being a family-friendly event as well. And you want to encourage people to spend as much time there as possible. Can you say anything more about the venue? You've spoken about the bands being dispersed so that you're not just focusing on one, but the availability or the opportunity for people to sit, to enjoy their meals and everything. Can we talk a little bit about the environment and the amenities that will be offered there as well?
Yes, okay. We have a general area where the food stalls are. Everyone knows that. They can line up and get their local food. But food is sprinkled throughout the grounds. If you're, especially with the children, we have a children's area. So we've tried to have everything geared towards them in their area. So, of course, children are going to go for things like snow cone, cotton candy, all of that. So it makes it a little easier on the parents. Bouncing castles, all of that is there, the petting zoo in their area. So there's an area that is, you can really have a good time with your children. The senior citizens have their own tent. For lack of a better name, we know our senior citizens are young at heart. They don't like to be referred as senior citizens. But we do have a tent close to the entrance for them. There will be a trolley that will actually take them to the tent. So we try not to have automobiles moving on the grounds that could harm anyone. But there will be a trolley that will get the senior citizens from that gate to the tent. So if you're struggling with your walker or your cane, don't worry about it. From your car to your tent, you will be accommodated. And really and truly, not to digress, but we know the show is nostalgic for the seniors. They are the largest supporters of the show, we would say. They love the show at heart, and they will come every year.
I know people who actually come from overseas schedule their vacation, Caymanians, to be here during that period of time, Ash Wednesday.
Yes, last year we had people reach out to us even from Europe. We had, I think, Chuck and Barry, they're retired and living in the U.S., but they offered to come out. I don't know if they're in the U.S. or Canada, but they offered to come out and do some music for us. So they love the show from all of their years living here. So we have the prison has their own place there at the show. And what people don't realize is the prisoners, they do a lot to make the show happen. They volunteer for weeks.
Okay. And
they're very united. They're very dedicated, very positive. They're willing to do whatever, use their smarts. They troubleshoot a lot of things. So really a lot of what makes that place look good on show day has been by the prison. So we also want to thank the prison team, the staff, as well as the inmates who come out year after year and do everything they can to make it happen.
Will they have some of their handiwork there as well? Because I remember in the past, park benches, garbage receptacles, things like that. And even after the agriculture show, I've heard people inquiring as how can we obtain more of these,
Well, right. So, yes, they do have that stuff on display there. But getting back to what you said earlier about us expanding, we're hoping to have more activities during the year. And the prison, hopefully we've discussed it with them, partnering with us, and they will have more opportunities during the year to sell those products there at other events that we're going to be putting on at the grounds. So we do intend to ramp up our events this year, and the prison will be partnering with us in probably all of those events.
Okay. Sure, Mr. Nash, go right ahead, sir.
Yes, I was going to say that we really want the public as well to visit the agricultural booth because we have some key programs that are being rolled out. We have an expansion to our germplasm. So we have new varieties of coconut, high-yielding varieties that we'll be introducing. And we have set up a new germplasm to grow these out into seedlings that we can distribute to the farmers. We're improving our commercial service. As you know, we are the largest providers of agricultural input to the farming sector. We have been listening to the farmers. We have been hearing the sore points, the concerns, and we are aiming to improve that. So recently we have introduced a new delivery service where we are taking the products to the farmers, and the feedback has been exceptional. And the other things we are doing, we're improving our storage capacity that we can stock more, that we run out less, so farmers can have what they want.
And what about the retail space as well? I think I had heard about the fact that the retail area would be a new building would be
yes. So I'm getting there.
Okay,
so
sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
We want you to come in the space to ask this question, to see the displays.
Yes,
we'll be having a brand new facility that will be built hopefully by. Well, I'm not going to give any date. That's not for me to say, but it's in the works and it's moving through the different processes. So because this facility, as you can imagine, it has outgrown the demand. When it started, we used to get like 3 containers weekly. Now we're well over 12 containers weekly. So it has outgrown its useful life. We have to be doing a lot of makeshift stuff to ensure that we can meet the demands of the growing sector. We have a farming population that's well over 500 farmers now, with a mix of commercial and non-commercial farmers, and the needs are diverse. We want to do different things. We're encouraging different things, introducing new programs. So we'll be highlighting a number of our commercial services that we offer through the warehouse, etc. We would have introduced the last 2 years our new Jamaica Red Pole bulls. So we sold our first set of calves last year. So some of these calves will be coming to the show for display. We encourage the public to come to check them out. This is a breed that has been proven to adapt to the climatic condition, and the proof of the pudding is in the display. We have bulls that are over a ton, 2,300 pounds, and they have adapted well to the conditions of Cayman. So that's something that we'll be highlighting as well. So we want you to come in the space. We are also a key part of our research effort happens through the Caribbean Agricultural Research Development Institute. They'll be there and showing resilience in terms of how we grow forages, which is important for the livestock farmers to come and check that out. We have done research on about 5 different forages, and we're saying that these forages they're high yielding, they're very nutritious for your animals, and you can plant them. So there are options. So we wanted to see the different innovations that we have been doing, because agriculture is much more than selling feed and other inputs at the commercial center. There's a vast set of stuff we do, from plant protection to agronomy to veterinary science to ACE. So we want you to come and see the difference, play the live demos, talk with the different section heads and see what they're doing, ask them the questions and learn more.
Okay. We have about a minute before we go to our headline news. So I'm going to just pose this question, and when we return, we can talk about it. We know that the agricultural society itself, and there are persons who have been involved in agriculture for a long time, and they're starting now to transition, like myself, into retirement. And what kind of uptake are we seeing now from the newer generation, either succeeding their family members in terms of agriculture or entering into it themselves? We have had, even right here on this show, had a lot of feedback and a lot of questions about the government leasing property, 1 acre lots in the High Rock area in East End. So much interest in that as well. So we want to talk about the renewed interest or the continued interest in agriculture for those younger ones, who are coming up as well. With that, folks, we're going to go to our headline news. Please stay tuned. The conversation with Ms. Frederick and Mr. Nash about the 57th annual agricultural show taking place on Ash Wednesday here in the Cayman Islands. That conversation will continue as soon as we return from our headline news.
Entertainment, inspiration.
Covering Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, Cayman Brac.
Since 1976 till now.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
Drivers, there's a road closure in Georgetown this morning you may want to prepare for as police investigate an early morning stabbing. RCIPS officers are, quote, conducting investigations on Mary Street into the 4:30 a.m. incident. As a result, Mary Street has been closed at the junction with Shedden Road, McField Lane, and Fort Street. Radio Cayman will bring you more details as they become available. In international news, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has spoken of a defining moment and a, quote, new era as he travels to Europe for a major speech to the Munich Security Council. Rubio will lead the U.S. delegation at the first major global event since President Donald Trump threatened Danish sovereignty with a pledge to annex Greenland. French President Emmanuel Macron has insisted Europe must prepare for independence from the U.S., while NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte has stressed that transatlantic bonds are as close and important as ever. The war in Ukraine, tensions with China, and a potential nuclear deal between Iran and the U.S. are also on the agenda as the security conference gets underway. And U.S. President Donald Trump has reversed a key Obama-era scientific ruling that underpins all federal actions on curbing planet-warming gases. The so-called 2009 endangerment finding concluded that a range of greenhouse gases were a threat to public health. It became the legal bedrock of federal efforts to rein in emissions, especially in vehicles. The White House called the reversal, quote, the largest deregulation in American history, saying it would make cars cheaper, bringing down costs for automakers by $2,400 per vehicle. Environmental group says the move is by far the most significant rollback on climate change yet attempted and are set to challenge it in the courts. Those are your headlines. I'm Carsley Fuller.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter. Radio Cayman Headline News.
At HSA, we strive to provide the highest standard of care with compassion, integrity, and dedication. And so we say thank you, Cayman, for continuing to make us the most awarded organization on island by voting us the best of Cayman Islands in 9 medical categories. Your support reminds us why we do what we do, to serve the Cayman community with kindness and excellence. To find out more about our award-winning services, visit hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. For those of you who are just joining us, we are talking about the 57th Annual Agriculture Show taking place at the Stacy Watler Pavilion in Lower Valley on Ash Wednesday, the 18th of February. You will have a new roundabout to negotiate there as well. But here's the good news also, that there are transport or pickup points that will allow you to be able to go to the agriculture show without having to deal with the traffic, because those points are outside of the agriculture area. And we will talk more about that. In the studio we have from the Agriculture Society, Ms. Frederick, and from the Deputy Director of Agriculture, Mr. Nash, in the studio. So I'm going to throw the mic back over to you folks.
Yes, so you spoke about the aging farming population,
Yes.
and what we are doing to ensuring that there is a influx of youth in the space. As you know, agriculture over the years have been looked on as something retrograde, something backward. And the ministry, through the Cayman Islands Food and Nutrition Security Policy, has been trying to implement a number of programs and projects to garner the interests and the involvement and participation of our youth and women in particular. Because according to a study that was done in the Cayman Islands in 2015, the situation analysis that gave rise to the food security policy, it says at the time the average farmer's age was 60, 55 to 60, which is considered high. Now, it's now 2026, that's 11 years on, which most of those farmers are still active. So that age has moved closer towards 65. What we have been doing, we have introduced a youth in agriculture program where we have placed in all public school an hydroponic farming system. We call it Flex Farm. It is very innovative. It is to have the youth, the children, see plants, crops, vegetable crops growing real time in their classroom. They watch it, they can feel it, they can observe it, they can taste it. And we have been seeing a number. So like in one school, the aim is that one farming system will attract the participation of about 200 children. Out of that contact, we're expecting to see in future years there's a ripple effect. Similar to how I became an agriculturist. I received a goat kid at 7. And that changed my life. So we are saying if we can introduce these high-end agricultural technology this is where the world is going because of urban sprawl. We're having smaller land spaces, and so the aim is to look more to urban farming and how we use new farming practices to grow our food. But the eventual aim is to decrease food imports and maximize our domestic production. So we are hoping also with that there'll be a reintroduction of agriculture in the curriculum. So it's a multi-pronged approach. As you alluded to the lands in East End, there's the policy that guides that agri-park development. And a part of that policy, which I had the privilege to work on in my previous role as senior policy advisor for agriculture, is that there's a 25% of those lands that are ring-fenced, that are secured for youth and women. So it's irrespective of all the application. 25% of those lands, which in total is about 120 acre land that is being implemented in phases. So this first phase, I think, is 15 acres of land. So 25% of those lands will be secured for women and youth. So we encourage our youth to apply to be a part of this space. Whatever ideas that the ministry will facilitate that, and we're looking to see how we can put subsidies around promoting youth in agriculture. For example, in our NEST program, which is the National Egg Strategy, we have put subsidies in terms of ensuring that inputs that are required for high-level production are provided to these farmers. We place them in a pilot group, and we encourage our youth to join. So far, we have had that. We have had young farmers who have said that, I want to do this, I want to do that, and they'll approach the department, and we provide support in different ways, apart from the general subsidies that are applied to the agricultural inputs. So we are trending in the right direction. There needs to be more targeted approach, and we are aiming to do that because they are already built into the food security policy. And that's the aim now that we are doing, is implementing that policy to see in the next 5 to 10 years how we move down that average farmer's age to below 50. One of the things that we have seen in other jurisdictions is the introduction of the 4-H clubs, which is one of the international international youth in agriculture programs. Take, for example, one of our neighbors who had a high farmers average age closer to 60. They are now 45. And this is by the introduction of 4-H clubs. So it is a mix of things. Now we have an officer at the Department of Agriculture that's providing extension service purely to our schools. That's a innovative, bold step that we have taken, and it is to demonstrate the seriousness towards youth in agriculture. So that officer go visit the schools, provide extension service, good agricultural practice, and is there to work. And basically is the focal point. But then they pull on all the service of the department should that be required. Right now we're doing assessment with all the schools to find out what are their agricultural needs, and we urge you to call the department or send an email to myself or Mr. Giovanni Mary Smith to ensure that we get that information from you, that we can put that to the ministry to see how we can put a package together.
Why don't we give those details in terms of contact details?
So my email is demoy.nash@gov.ky. Please send, and you can call the department. Pardon me, my memory, I don't remember our number, but we can get that to you before the end of the show.
Definitely.
But the aim is for you to send that your information. What is it the school need to support your agricultural program, and we'll make it. And we know that we have a minister that champions the cause of agriculture and will be open to assist. So we have put aside some support for that.
And Mr. Nash, then how can the agricultural society partner with you, or how have they partnered with you in this venture as well?
So I'll say this. We have had schools where we have had farmers adopt the school. And they work. So a part of the youth in agriculture program in the school is not just the introduction of hydroponics, but there's traditional farming practice. For example, school garden where we do direct planting. There are farmers who have adopted a school, and we're urging farmers who live close to these schools to adopt a school to go into the space. For example, I went to, this is Prospect Primary. They're having an issue with iguanas that is eating their crops.
Yeah.
We are calling for the CIS and farmers and iguana cullers who can volunteer to go in to assist, that they can protect their harvest, that the children can benefit from same. I tell you about another project that we did at John Gray. And not just the CIS with farmers came, some of the farmers came and support, but even the corporate society in Cayman came and support. So we're getting building traction and support from different levels.
Okay. So, Ms. Frederick.
Okay. I call Mr. Nash's reception more than he does. So
you know
the number is 947-3090. That's the number of the agricultural department.
3090-947.
Yes. I would like to touch on finishing up what Mr. Nash started on the youth.
Yes.
And that is that, yes, we have been encouraging the younger generation to join the society, and many of them have. This past year, we've taken in we took in someone as young as 20, and that individual is doing microgreens. And we're finding that, I guess we all know that here, the young men are very interested in their physique. They're interested in green smoothies, and they spend a lot of time in the gym. So that we find the young males are actually very interested in agriculture from the terms of their health. And that is actually a concern for all of us in Cayman and around the world, is our health. And even Mr. Nash, he'll tell you that it's better to, I know with the Nest program, he said that it's better for us to harness our own eggs rather than importing inferior eggs. So the society, in terms of the 4-H program he was talking about, what we have now are subcommittees to attack some of the issues we have. And one of them is youth and innovation. That's headed up by Mr. Cadian Ebanks, who's one of our vice presidents, Mr. Daniel Reed and Ms. Melonia Hansen. She's part of she's well-versed and part of that program. Mr. Nash talked about the 4-H program. Mr. Jamo Miles, of course. So that team there is handling youth and innovation. And we do have, I think we're going to take as young as 16 into the society as actual members to learn about, and this is part of the minister's desire as well, to learn about the board and how boards operate and stuff. And I have two 15-year-olds that are males again who are waiting to join as members.
Great.
And other issues that the society has been working behind the scenes on include the type of plants that we bring into the island. We've been working with the department on that. There are some things that are currently banned, but we are looking at sustainability, which would involve us bringing in certain grasses that are faster growing, and we can support ourselves more in terms of feeding our animals in smaller land spaces. So that would help a lot. And of course, the show, we're trying to increase the quality of the animals in Cayman, but also at the show. So we're looking into, and Mr. Nash will be helping us more with that this year, bringing in more different birds, different types of chickens and stuff, better breeds of chicken. I think it's time that we upgraded like ducks and all of that here. So that's what we've been focused on in the background.
Okay, we're going to go to a commercial break. And I want to touch something that you just said in your last comments, talking about encouraging people. And I know that in the past, one of the challenges as far as getting people to come and exhibit is the costs associated with that. They have to transport their items to the show, transport them back, and whether or not there are any incentives that are offered as far as the agriculture show is concerned to defray some of those costs that these persons, may encounter. Because I've heard farmers in the past, talk about, I have to go through so much, to get these things here, and even as far as the prizes are concerned, they feel that is. But of course, the recognition is sometimes more than the money. But that's easier for me to say because I don't have to pay. So we're going to take a break. Mr. Nash needs to leave us around about 9:30. But hopefully, Ms. Frederick will remain with us because we want to ensure that we cover everything that needs to be covered for the agriculture show. We're going to take a commercial break. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
This Ash Wednesday, February 18th, celebrate harvesting harmony at the 57th Annual Cayman Islands Agriculture Show from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. Food, farming, culture, and community come together at the grounds in Lower Valley. Hosted by the Cayman Islands Agricultural Society and the Ministry of Agriculture. This one-day extravaganza is packed with Caymanian pride, family fun, and great prizes to be won. Don't miss it. Follow Cayman Agriculture on Facebook and Instagram for all of the details.
Sponsored by the Department of Agriculture, Pepsi, Quality Feed, Ale Thompson's, Terra Vegetation and Maintenance, and Radio Cayman.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. For those of you who are just joining us, we're talking about the 57th Annual Agriculture Show taking place in the Cayman Islands. That will take place on Ash Wednesday, the 18th of February at the, what's the name of the pavilion again? Stacey Watler Pavilion as well. The conversation is taking place with Miss Frederick from the Agricultural Society and Mr. Nash, who is the Deputy Director of the Department of Agriculture. So before we went to the commercial break, talking about incentives for those persons wishing, to display. And I'm sure by now, in terms of registering and securing stalls and things of that nature is probably closed off, or you probably oversubscribed by now. But we do know that sometimes in the past I've heard reluctance of farmers simply because of the cost associated with participating in the agriculture show. But how do we keep that enthusiasm there and keep them upbeat and keep them continuing to participate?
Okay, what we have in place is anyone who's a member, and we have a lot of members, anyone who's a member gets a discount. They get a huge discount on their stall, so that really helps them a lot with the stalls. And also, as the show grows, I mean, you mentioned earlier at the start about growing from strength to strength. As agriculture grows, as the show grows, it's cheaper because you have more people. In terms of interest, we have to turn people away.
Wow.
There is no space to accommodate everyone that wants to be a part of the show, that wants to have a stall. And for that, it's unfortunate, but that's why we want to increase the number of activities during the year. It doesn't always have to be that type of format. As we see in Cayman, the whole farm-to-table dinners and stuff are growing. So we have other things we're working on that can include the public throughout the year, that they will have those opportunities.
Okay. Now, some time ago, and this may have been, would have been under another administration, there was some talk about extending the show, not just to one day, but several days or to the weekend. Where are we with that?
Okay, so where we are with that is we're doing district markets. It's kind of like a traveling market. Okay. We started with West Bay recently. We went out there over the last four months maybe. We went out there 3 weekends. And it was well received, especially the first weekend. It was really well received. In December, we struggled because it's Christmas.
Yeah, competing.
And you cannot compete against the fire service when it comes to handing out toys to children. So unfortunately, we had a lot of competition in December. But West Bay received it well because they are a bit remote from Lower Valley. And as you pointed out, it's very hard to bring everything up to Lower Valley. and try and make a sale. So we did have some markets on Saturdays in West Bay, and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, they helped us out really well. We got to use their facility, which is it's great. All of the stalls are there, everything, and they gave it to us for free.
Wow.
So the vendors were able to enjoy building a name for themselves and getting their products out there without worrying about costs. So that was all costs were defrayed. They didn't have to worry about that. And it was well received. So we do hope to move out to other districts like East and North Side, give the farmer an opportunity that they do not have to move and go to Lower Valley for everything.
Okay. I have a question about yam farming in the Cayman Islands, yams. And in particular, in East End, there were, and the Frankstown area, there were farmers like the Rankins, Casdale, and Horder, Rankin, who were famous for yam farming. Has that fallen off any, or is that still, something that is going on productively in Cayman? Because there was a time in the year, I think around about March or so, when the harvest takes place. I don't know. I'm not sure if the harvest or if the planting, but people would look forward to that. Of course, my favorite cake is yam cake, even though cassava is a close second.
Well, we have seen at least 2 requests from farmers for planting materials. I have personally observed in the IRAC space a farmer using what I would say innovative ways to plant yam. And when questioned why was that method used, he said that the soil is hot, so yam does not grow well in that sort of a climatic condition. So he was using old refrigerators with soil inside to plant, and he was getting good yield. From a department standpoint, we have been in contact with our plant health partners in Jamaica, their PPO, to get good quality planting material that we can distribute to our farmers. At present, I took a trip even to our agronomy unit yesterday, and we have a number of planting materials that are being prepared so we can distribute to our farmers. So it's not a case that we don't want it to be a case that we don't have the planting material to provide to the farmers that are interested. So if there's an interest in the farming community, we're asking that again, contact us, let us know so we can have a good idea of how many farmers out there have the capacity and what is it that you'd want, if it's planting material or guidance, because we have our extension arm that we can deploy our extension officers. And the team is growing. We're adding a new extension officer. We have upgraded to having a senior extension officer. So the quality of our information, the quality of our technical services is improving, and we want to ensure that our farmers benefit from this.
So, Mr. Nash, what additional benefits can be accrued as a result of being registered as a farmer, and what is the process by which you go through registration in terms of verification that the person is involved in farming?
Thank you. So most of the persons who have visited our commercial store would tell you that they enjoy large subsidies. I'll give you an example. It takes about $18 to land a bag of cattle feed, but we sell that feed to the farmers for $5. You can do the maths. That's over 70% subsidy on that particular feed. Now, we are encouraging you to become a registered farmer. Under the Farmers Identification Registration Program, FERP, there are 3 different categories that we recognize farmers. One, we have the commercial agricultural producer / farmer. We have the non-commercial agricultural producer / farmer, which is our backyard garden. And then we have the walk-in person. This is so designed to better and more effectively apply government subsidy and put in a flat subsidy on our products so that the people who are farmers benefit the most, and that we ensure that supplies are in place, that when the farmers need it, they can get it. So we are encouraging. So while I said to you earlier that there are over 500 farmers in the Cayman Islands, we have done census that even says that there is over 1,000. But the fact is, it's not reflecting in our data where we capture registered farmers. So it's not good enough to say you're a farmer and the benefit will come to you. But once you're registered, there's a suite of benefits that you receive, whether it's land clearing preparation, where we have an excavator that once you're a commercial farmer, you benefit from that service. I think you only pay for the gasoline or for the diesel, the fuel. We're talking about our tree husbandry program, where we come out and we apply different treatments, integrated pest management treatments to ensure that your pest population is kept under. We have our pruning services. All of these are heavily subsidized. Our veterinary services suite of programs, where whether it's emergency response, whether it's care for your animals, whatever veterinary, as a registered farmer, you're getting all of this treatment plus all the other benefits and all the inputs that are offered at the commercial services. So we're encouraging you, because very soon you might be affected. If you're not a registered farmer, you might have to pay the walk-in rate, where it's not the $18 to land the bag of feed, but is the 25% up, which is the real cost in terms of what after it lands, the labor, the storage, all the other costs that are contributed to that. So I'm making an appeal to all our practicing farmers. Come to the Department of Agriculture, and very soon you'll be able to register online. We're building out what we call the Cayman Islands Agricultural Business Information System, which the Farmers Identification Program will be a subset. And so you'll be able to benefit from this, where we have our online services. Another thing that is key to the identification program, we're trying to overhaul the program where we don't have several different officers come to verify that you're a farmer. For example, let's say you're a mixed farmer. We would normally have a crop extension officer come verify, yes, you have crops. And then the veterinary extension officer, the livestock officer, comes out. What we want, once one officer from the department comes on your farm, they should be able to verify and audit your farm and say, this is a bona fide farmer based on the established criteria for you to become a farmer. And those criteria, you once you come to the department, we provide that and we publish it on our website. And it states how many plants you need to have per acre, right? How many livestock you need to have. And it breaks it down in all the different categories, whether cattle, goat, sheep, and a mix of those. For example, to become a commercial poultry farmer, you need to have a minimum 200 layer birds, that sort of a thing. So the criteria is very clear. It's easy to understand, easy to achieve. And we have another category I failed to mention. Should you be a interested farmer, you have never farmed, but you have an interest. You have an interest. What we do, we have a provisional commercial farmer's license.
Okay.
Where we give you a commercial provisional license for 6 months, and you receive all the benefits to ensure that you get a startup. If in that 6 months you fail to get there, we give you an additional 6 months. But thereafter, if you're not interested, we will have to move you down to the category that you're in. 2 strikes, you're out, rather than 3. Something like that.
Okay.
So please register.
Certainly. Okay, we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, we're going to segue back to the day that we're talking about, which is Wednesday, Ash Wednesday, the 18th day of February, talking about the admissions. And there are people who are curious to hear more about the entrance fee, the raffle ticket, and if persons are only interested in coming in to purchase things, how can they go about that? Folks, please stay tuned. The conversation with Ms. Frederick and Mr. Nash talking about the 57th annual agriculture show here in the Cayman Islands will continue shortly.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Hey, new drivers. Don't just drive, drive smart. Cynical and Inspire Cayman's Safe Driver program will show you how. Get real-life simulator training and classroom sessions to help you gain experience, stay alert, and avoid accidents. Learn to recognize risk, manage fatigue, and make smart choices behind the wheel. Certified participants may even pay less for Cynical motor insurance. Learn more and register at cynical.ky. Cynical, keeping Cayman covered.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For 50 years, Radio Cayman has been the heartbeat of our islands, informing, connecting, and giving Cayman a voice. From breaking news to community stories, the journey continues. Radio Cayman, 50 years of excellence and still going strong.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. For those of you who are just joining us, we are talking about the 57th Annual Agricultural Show taking place here in the Cayman Islands on Wednesday, Ash Wednesday, the 18th day of February of this year. That conversation is taking place from the Agricultural Society, Ms. Frederick, and from the Department of Agriculture, the Deputy Director, Mr. Nash. Over to you, Ms. Frederick, in relation to the entrance, the raffle tickets and everything. We know we spoke about it earlier, but want to give you an opportunity again to highlight that for those who may have missed it.
Okay. We're a non-profit organization, so those entry fees, they're kept low. We think they're low, and that's to help us, with some funding. Our raffle tickets are regular entry tickets, $10 for adults, $5 for children 12 and under. Babies 2 and younger are free. So that money helps us with other things that just keep the society going in general with member fees. The raffle, so whether you're coming in to buy just some dinner or snow cone, whatever, you will need to buy an entry ticket. The raffle ticket, however, will get you entry in, plus you have the privilege, hopefully, of winning a prize. And one thing I would like to let the public know, the sooner that you buy these tickets, I know they're interested in the prizes that are offered, the sooner in the season that you buy the tickets, and we can see the money that's coming in, we can edit those prizes and go out and get more prizes. And this year we have tickets to Keith Urban Live, plus the Cayman Airways portion of it will be financed as well. Last year we did Garth Brooks' last concert. I think it was Garth Brooks' last concert and the Cayman Airways ticket. That was all possible because of the money that came in early when the public were buying the tickets. So yes, get tickets early each year. I know we're late now, but next year, get your tickets early, and that increases the number of prizes.
And $10 or $5, folks, in this day and age, in terms of what you spend, it's really a drop in the bucket, so you shouldn't complain about that at all. Okay. Mr. Nash, anything you want to add?
Yes, so as you know, one of the main features, as we said earlier, is our plant sales. People look forward to coming to see the tomatoes ripen on the plant, the peppers, etc. But we want to say to the public, while we encourage you to come and to buy out all the thousands of plants that will be there, we also sell these plants at our plant nursery throughout the year.
Yeah, yep.
You might not get it with the ripe tomato on it, but you'll get the plant, and not just the plant we provide the know-how to do it, and all the other inputs that you need to keep that plant alive. So you don't have to have a green thumb. We take care of that, right? So as the gates will be open, we'll be ready to sell these plants. We one of the things that we have tried to improve this year is to add to the customer experience. So we have more carts that you can pull your plants. We have more cashiers. We have more hands in the space to help you to move along on the plants. So we hope that the experience this year will even be better, right? Yes.
Any advice to those persons who they want to purchase their plants early, right?
Yes.
But they want to also stay to the function itself, especially if they have used the transportation provided for you, the shuttle system. And I know in the past, and they probably do it simply, out of the kindness of their heart, put things aside for people. You've purchased it, we'll tie a string around it and put your name on it so that you can pick it up later on as well. But that's probably not standard. Because if you did it for everyone, then
the plant will not leave the space, and then could be a liability. Somebody move your plant.
Right. So any words of advice to those persons?
Come early, get your plants. Go and come back.
Yes.
But we'll try as best, but I will not go on record to say that we will ensure that your plants remain safe.
Yes.
I just say it's a courtesy that we do, but if we do for all the hundreds of people that will be coming there, the plants will not leave the space. Right? And then the traffic, we don't want the plants to be damaged.
Yes. Is there going to be the fish fry again this year? I know that used to be a famous thing. I remember the days when Mr. Sam Jackson was involved in it. We used to have that fish fry and with the fish and the fritters, and oh my gosh, the lines used to be crazy just trying to get to that.
Yes, the fish fry is operated by the society itself.
Okay.
We have our own commercial kitchen. It's to the left when you come into the grounds, right after you pass Market Street on your left. We have a flyer, a feather banner that says fish fry. And of course, you'll smell the fish. We have just upgraded our kitchen. Thanks to A.L. Thompson's, one of our big sponsors. That's where we get our equipment from. We're putting in pavers so that it's nicer while you stand up there waiting for your fish and fritters. So now we have a beautiful job going on with pavers. We have a resident artist on staff, and he has, during his workday, put farm art on the windows and everything. So it's aesthetically pleasing there. And please come get your fish and fritters. We have competent cook. We have lots of staff in the kitchen. Hopefully those lines will not be as long as you said they've been in the past.
Well, hopefully they will be.
And shortly after we open in the morning, I know the event officially kicks off at 10 a.m. And I think before even 10 a.m. those fish and fritters are going. So yes, come get your fish and fritters. The society kitchen is the only place that you can get fish and fritters.
Okay.
On show day.
You have a monopoly on that.
Yes, we have a monopoly on that. More monopolies to come. No, I'm joking. But yes, that's ours, and that helps us finance our initiative.
And it gives other vendors then the opportunity to diversify in terms of what they're offering as well. And then, of course, there'll be certain stalls that have their customers who probably, place their orders in advance and everything, Yes. One of the things that we haven't spoken about, and again, this is away from the show itself, but it's talking about agriculture. We're starting to see more and more larger scale farming taken place in the Cayman Islands. She just mentioned, for instance, A.L. Thompson. Of course, Mr. Lawrence Thompson, Sr., he was one of the pioneers of agriculture in the Cayman Islands in the 60s, probably even in the 50s, 60s, and onwards as well. And his son now has taken over the mantle as well and is being involved in a large scale farming up there. There are several farms in in the High Rock area. I have a cycling friend who farms. There are individuals who own 1 acre lots, and he may farm 2 or 3 of them for those individuals as well. And while we're on that, talking about some of the challenges that farmers are seeing as far as the rollover of their non-Caymanian staff, and then how do you if you don't have someone to replace that person who has knowledge of what's going on, then you end up losing, several seasons, of crops as well. And I believe that there will be some changes in the immigration law to make provisions for those persons who are involved, who are genuine farmers, that they will see some benefits as far as their employees are concerned. So 2 things I've shot out to you there.
So the said situation analysis I alluded to in 2015 that gave rise to the Food and Nutrition Security Policy stated that majority of the farmers in Cayman Islands are hobbyists. We have seen this, but welcoming, we are seeing in the space that there are members of the corporate society, the private sector, that are now coming into the space and they're investing heavily in agriculture. You pointed out the coriander farm. Also, there is for the first time we have had a commercial hatchery that has the capacity to produce almost 10,000 chickens in one hatch. And this is significant because over the years we have been depending on importing day-old chickens. And we know of the capacity on island thanks to the private sector, whom they, because of engagement with the Department of Agriculture, have gone in and invest heavily in building out our poultry capacity. And not only that, they said farmers, what we're seeing now is that building larger poultry industry based on initiatives from the ministry with the Public Works Department of coming up with a template drawing and give it to the farmers. And we're seeing where serious monies are being put in to invest in infrastructure. And we are seeing where whether it's in livestock, based on the purchases we are seeing at the department, clearly there's a large commercial farmers with tens of cattle, goats, pigs, etc. And we're inviting more persons. I don't see the need we should be importing certain leafy vegetables when they are easily grown. So, but we need the model to increase where private partnership coming in and they're coming into the space and they're growing out the produce, that we can reduce the high levels of importation that is over 90%, with over 81% of those importation from one source. And this is not good for our food security because I just saw with the recent weather conditions, we had delays of ship can't offload their cargo and it translates to the shelf. But even more is to ensure that what we eat, it's locally grown, it's fresher, it's better. And I'll just put this plug in here. We have had a recent experience where a lot of farmers have issues in offloading their table eggs. As the ministry and the department, we have gone out and engaged the farmers, say double your production, increase your production. Now they have the eggs, but they are not getting sale for them. So I'm urging the public, buy local, because these are fresher, more nutritious egg, less traveled, and you can ensure that they are grown in good safe. You can have confidence in the product. Why? When we met with the supermarket owners, they said we never had a national standard for food safety for egg production. Okay. The ministry went ahead and we developed the Cayman Islands poultry standard for lay operation. It is akin to any international standard. We borrowed from the European standard, the American standard, and we put this together and localize it to our reality, and we have a standard that can stand up to any scrutiny. And I'll tell you the test of it. We have a farmer now supplying eggs to the Ritz-Carlton, one of the brand name hotels on island. And we were able, through meeting with the corporate offices in North America, they observe our standards and they realize that the standard it is comparable to any in the world. And so that farmer who got licensed as a poultry farmer under our standard, got this gateway into this. So we are moving it further. We want to stretch those standards to broiler operation, where we're looking to have abattoir facility to slaughter our birds in a humane, safe condition. And we're inviting the public, the private, to come in, invest. So move it from hobby to invest real time and see agriculture as something profitable and needed.
Okay, great. Folks, we're going to take our last commercial break. This conversation, I could continue this until talk today, starts, but we're going to end at 10 o'clock. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. At Kirk's Home Center.
Hey, this is DJ Len from Radio Cayman 89.9 FM. One of my favorite childhood memories was when I was a kid, sitting next to the radio and waiting for that favorite song to come on. You take out your cassette tape and you hit the record button and trying to cut it off at the right time, right before the announcer starts to speak. And then sharing that music with my mom. Happy 50th anniversary, Radio Cayman. Thanks for the great memories.
With Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. About 10 minutes to go in the show this morning. Very interesting conversation. I have learned a lot. We hope and we trust that you have learned a lot as well. And of course, the main focus this morning really is to talk about the 57th annual agriculture show taking place on Wednesday, Ash Wednesday, the 18th day of February. Over to you now, Ms. Frederick.
Okay, so just to wrap up, we want to remind everyone, yes, it is Wednesday the 18th. The gates are open 7 a.m. They close around 6 p.m. And the prizes are normally announced in that last hour and a half before the show closes. Our theme this year, Harvesting Harmony, Caymanian Culture and Agriculture. And I think Mr. Nash elaborated on that for us earlier. And we want to encourage everyone to come out, learn more about Cayman's agricultural heritage, have a great family day, and next year will be even better because our ministry is helping us really upgrade the ground. So next year, the buildings out there will look different. Wow. It'll come see it the way it is. This is the last year to see it as it looks. Next year, everything will look different. Not everything, but most things will look different.
Okay, one of our listeners wanted to know, and I know the answer to it, but I'll let Mr. Nash speak to you. Say, what is the website or email to apply for one or a few of the agricultural lands that Mr. Nash speaks about?
So the website I don't have. It's because it's a ministry-led program.
Right.
So it's to call the ministry office, call the department. Ms. Frederick gave the number already. Could you just give the number again?
947-3090.
Yes.
947-3090. Okay.
Yes, and we'll give you more information on that. The program is, as I said, is being led by the ministry, and the policy officer there is the point person and the DCO for agriculture.
But we do know that the first request was really oversubscribed. And some of those persons who may have applied, not everyone was successful in the first round, and those who were successful have already been notified.
Yes.
Right. And I think one thing we want to emphasize, we don't want the public to be discouraged. It's a pilot program. So there, as Mr. Nash pointed out, there's over 100 acres of land. There will be many more opportunities. It's just working out the kinks in this very first stage.
Okay. I think I may have enough time for my question in relation we see more and more plants, fruits that are not indigenous to Cayman. Even breadfruit is not indigenous, even though we believe that it was, but it came from the Pacific, as well. But we're seeing more and more. For instance, I'll use one example, and this one has been around quite a bit now since then. But longan, for instance, or the Otiopi apple, we refer to them as Jamaica apple, not indigenous to Cayman, but we see the introduction of more variety of fruits. Now, some people may see that as not necessarily encouraging. I see it, as encouraging, because as our population becomes even more diversified, it is extremely important. But off air, you put it in a nice way in terms, of diversity and choices. I don't know if you remember, if you can put it exactly the way you said it to me off air.
So basically, with food security, is not just to have food available, but it's to have food available to meet people's dietary needs and preferences.
Yes.
And as long as these trees are not invasive and threat to your ecology, your environment, and they are grown in the same tropical region, grow them, because it's making food available for your people. And again, to meet the diversity and the preferences that exist in your society as we become more multicultural, but still retaining your traditional crops. For example, breadfruit, which is being dubbed the food security wonder of the world because of its, dynamic the fruit is.
Now, what areas has any concentration been made in terms of preserving things? Because we know we go through mango season and then there are no mangoes. We go through breadfruit season. Some people have breadfruits on their tree, some people don't. But during the season, they go, sometimes what we say, go to waste.
Yes.
Food preservation. Where are we with that?
So the department, we offer an agro-processing training program, and this year we'll be offering it again. We'll provide more information to the public on it, but it's something that the manager of Agrana will be rolling out this year. There's a larger effort in CARICOM to ensure, because they have realized, based on assessment, in an effort to meet 25% food import reduction by 2025 plus 5, which is 2030, they have realized that agro-processing is one of those areas that they will have to improve on. How can we ensure that we don't waste an harvest? How can we ensure that after an harvest we have those same type of food packaged and ready in a safe, appealing way, useful, functional way to our consumers? And the aim is to build out infrastructure or agro-processing facility, etc. Cayman, as a associate member of CARICOM, is a part of that effort. In fact, I represent Cayman there on the regional initiative. And the aim that is within the next 5 years, agro-processing in the Caribbean, with help of the Korean government and the Caribbean Agricultural Research Development Institute and CARICOM, will transform agro-processing in the Caribbean, that we can empower farmers, that if you have mangoes, there's no way you should be losing 40% of your harvest. You should be translating that whether to your chutneys, your jams, but even mango chunks that are properly labeled, sealed, etc., and sold to our farmers. And that effort is to spread it right across the different fruit tree crops.
Great.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Sure. Our senior citizens, what we find, we've been visiting a lot of farms, and what we find with our senior citizens, when I say senior citizens, I mean retirees. Retirees have to stretch their pension, so we find a lot of them are preserving those foods like breadfruit. They can have that all year round. There is a way to, as he said, process it, freeze it, and it stretches. So the retirees are very conscious, and we see that they're preserving things that we never thought of preserving that way before. A lot of them freeze all of their herbs. Basically, the only thing they're looking for during the year is fish, because they're preserving all of those starches during the year, the breadfruits, the mangoes, everything, making sure they don't go to waste. So they have extra freezers. A lot of them have their refrigerator, but then they have an extra freezer. So we do find, and that's the backyard farmers that are really big into that, the regular farmers, but you'd be surprised, those backyard farmers, they save everything.
Great. One of our listeners has written in and said, good morning, Mr. Orrett and your guest. Just to let the public know that we will be having the Agriculture Show raffle tickets available to purchase at A.L. Thompson, Georgetown today from 10:30 to 1 p.m. and for the rest of the day at the Stacey Watler Pavilion next to the Department of Agriculture. The number is 926 3696 926-3696 for more information through the week on the pop-up locations until the show day as well. So I want to thank them for providing that information, and we are more than happy to share that with you. And I'm going to make my plug as well. Folks, you heard it talk about the local eggs, and it's surprising how many times you hear people say, I didn't know that local eggs are available. So inquire about it and continue to support your local egg farmer as well. You can't get better tasting egg. I know the ones that I eat from around the yard when the hens lay, they may be a little bit smaller because they're just feeding on the natural stuff, so they may not be as big, but they're more tasty.
Yes, when you go in the supermarket, go straight to the local section.
Sorry. Oh, okay. Yes. We do have. Person says, so for decades now we still can't educate and appoint. No, I disagree with you. We have a director of agriculture who is Caymanian now as well. So we do have Caymanians leading agriculture in the Cayman Islands. Yes, we have to rely on expertise because we don't know everything ourselves. And when it comes, we may be accustomed to traditional farming, but when it comes to more advanced farming techniques, getting it from overseas is extremely important. Would you agree with that, Mr. Nash?
I agree. I would also say that there's a large cadre of young Caymanians making their mark in agriculture. A senior veterinary officer is a Cayman from Cayman, or a new director, which is champion the cause of agriculture. More vets, a wide cross section, over 6, so I won't get in. I won't get much into.
You have a Miss Chisholm who's a
vet. Doing very well.
And Miss Welcome.
Yes. So, just before we go off, happy birthday greetings going out today to Bruce Prendergast from your loving aunt, Nana, and happy birthday, Edwin, from your sister, Adina, Edwin Prendergast, coming from your sister, Adina, as well. So, folks, I want to thank you. Like I said, I could continue to talk about this. More and more, I'm learning so much about the Agriculture Society, the Department of Agriculture, and what they offer. We have to have you on the show more often so that you can showcase exactly what it is you do, because in this day and age where the cost of importing things into the Cayman Islands gets higher and higher, then the more that we can produce here, the better it is for us. You can save a lot. You can eat much more healthier as well. Looking forward to Ash Wednesday. We know it's going to be, a tremendous occasion. We hope the weather cooperates. If we can get some nice, cool weather, that would be good. And you said, Ms. Frederick, over 13,000 persons attended last year as well. That is good. I'm sure that you will exceed it this year.
And one thing I want to point out to the public, I know the weather's cool now and everybody's forgotten about the awful heat we had during the summer, but Our farmers really struggled this last year to keep the plants in the ground and alive. So please come, show them your support. They have worked really hard during the year. And the department has been working really hard. We've all been working hard together to hang on to what we have. So please come out and support the farmers.
Okay, folks, I want to thank you, all of you who participated by sending us in questions or comments as well. I want to thank Ms. Frederick and Mr. Nash. I encourage you again to please go out there and support your local farmers, support the Department of Agriculture, support the Agricultural Society on Ash Wednesday. Lots to offer in a family-friendly environment as well. Thank you all for listening in. Don't forget that we are our brothers and our sisters' keepers. There is always someone out there who's less fortunate than we are, and I ask you to extend a helping hand to them. If you can't do that, then I suggest you donate to a worthy charity, because we always want to consider those who need, not necessarily those who want or even those who crave. So have a great day. Continue to support your radio station, Radio Cayman. Join Mr. Charles Glidden-Shallow at 12:15 for Talk Today, and as usual, we ask the good Lord to continue to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. Doctors Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. Kirk Market, experience a world of choice. JN Money, from abroad to Yad. And Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Radio station.
Radio Cayman.